Yo, Coach Shamika Jones. In this film, we're watching UConn and USC December 21st, 2024 game. And if you're playing UConn, you know right up you got to play the back doors. UConn likes to go back door. Now, USC played Notre Dame a couple weeks ago, and I don't know if you remember, but they struggled with the back door then. Their weak side hope has got to get better. Here, we're watching Juju Watkins get her hand on the ball when Paige is trying to go over a screen. Kiki Arifin gives her a great outlet pass. I want you to notice in this possession how Juju uses her body to keep Paige off and to ensure that she scores. In this possession, we see Juju driving baseline, UConn pretending to trap, not really closing the trap, leaving the middle open, which means the ball handler can see everything. But what I really want you to focus on is how Ashlyn Shea should be stepping over to Kiki and how Caitlin Chen should be putting her back on the midline, her butt to the baseline, so she can put everything in front of her. Remember, guys, you always must help the helper, especially in trap situations. It is a mismatch where somebody's going to be open. From here, Kiki takes a one dribble pull. She gets a bucket. If you're an avid basketball fan, then you hear commentators talk about players getting to their spots. Well, this is Juju getting to one of her spots. Now, what I want you to notice is not just how she gets to her spot, but how much she elevates. Look at how high off the ground she is, guys. It's called a jump shot for a reason. You must jump to shoot the ball. Next possession, I want you to notice Raya Marshall with this entry pass to Kiki Arifin. Most good entry passes, in my opinion, come from post players. This is a high-low. Post players always look for your partner before reversing or just forcing a shot up. Again, we're highlighting USC's sub, weak side defense, help defense. Paige is coming to her spot. I understand. One, look at how low Paige is, shoulder to hip. I understand Paige getting to her spots and how much attention that should create. But as Raya Marshall steps up, somebody should be helping to help her. Like, Kiki, you were checking Paige, get back, help, at least jump and contest. Instead, UConn gets an easy 2 points. In this possession, Kiki, Jordan, Twin, Koya, I need you to watch Kiki Arifin. She gets the ball, right? She posts. She tries to find something. She has nothing. So in this possession, not just my players, but all players, if you get the ball in the post and you have nothing, before you look opposite. If you can't get it opposite, give it back to where it came from. If this guard decides to take off baseline, you are going to work this L up the side of the paint, just like Kiki did. This is the movement that we just worked on in practice, guys. So I said it in my last video with Juju, and I'm going to say it again. Juju's defense is just questionable to me. She's playing Malaysia full Wiley defense. Yes, to all of y'all Malaysia lovers. Look at how she opens up. Paige, go to the bucket. Now, Paige misses the shot, but she gives her a lane. We can't do that. And Sarah's strong. I swear she's been here before. Let's look at it. Left hand, 2 dribbles. I spin. I try to get it. I feel that the defense is shaded off, so I'm going to just pull up. That's a big girl move. That is not a freshman move. So to anyone who was wondering, this is the offense that Gino runs with the back doors that is super effective against everybody he plays. He's not racking in a lot of wins. I mean, he is, but he isn't. So I slowed it down. Ball is on the wing, right? Down screen to the baseline. Paige steps up. Now USC has been switching on everything. They miscommunicate here, which leaves Paige wide open. They could get 2 points right here on this layup, right? Instead, the ball goes to the corner. I want you to notice how Caitlin Chen goes. Everyone is looking at Caitlin Chen, but no one is stopping on the midline or stopping outside the paint to help. Kennedy Smith, you have to help in that situation. You can't just keep backing up. Stop the ball, Kennedy. Y'all remember a few possessions ago I said that the best entry passes come from the other post? Well, in this possession, it does not. Ryan Marshall, if it's not there on that first look, reverse the ball. Swing it opposite. Don't keep it on the same side. Just work that thing from side to side and then let Kiki find herself open. I haven't been privileged to watch a lot of USC games this season, but Avery Howe, this is just a tough bucket from the spin to the and one. Look, with the left, oh my goodness, that's just tough. Sarah Strong is a problem. Look at her work this line up. Look at her work Kiki up the line, had his reverse seal, right hand to the basket, and a great entry pass from Caitlin Chen. This is 2 points. I'm telling y'all, Sarah been here before. So all of my undersized people that get caught on post, you got to try. This is a foul right here. Look at how she just grabs Sarah Strong. You can't just hug her. You got to try. And I left this possession in here just to show how strong Sarah Strong is. She's leading a break after getting the steal. She throws it from one side of the backboard to the other, but she's the first person down, getting a back tip. Nobody's calling woof. And then she gets the ball. She dribbles it. She picks it back up and she turns it over. But the fact that a big girl can do all of that, I don't know about y'all, but I'm impressed. So I said it before. I'll say it again. In college, you can only touch once. The second touch is a foul. But in this possession, not only does Paige touch twice, she don't move her feet. That's a foul. In this possession, Juju is back off of her feet. Defense is shady, but this is the backdoor possession from UConn, right? We just going to call it backdoor because I don't know what he calls it, but we going to call it backdoor. She's off of her feet because she gets caught watching. Right here in this down screen, there's a switch. She steps into quicksand. Her feet not moving. She's simply watching the ball. If she keeps moving, she should be over top of this screen with Caitlin Chen. Instead, she jumps. She's out of position, and Caitlin Chen gets 2 points. I know y'all going to jump in these comments and say I'm a Juju hater, but I really like Juju. I just don't like her defense. You have to be able to keep people out of the paint, Juju. Like, you have to. All it takes is 2 really big steps to keep them from going in. Instead, she opens up, gives them a clear lane to the basket, and UConn gets another clean look at the basket. Here goes UConn again in backdoor. Now, normally in backdoor, Paige is the person right here when this back screen happens. She's going backdoor. Instead, she pops open to the wing, but no one sees it. Sarah Strong. One thing begets the next. All my hoopers, if you're running a play, one option begets the next option that begets the next option. They normally go in succession. By the time they get the ball to Paige, Paige has to force up a shot in this Paige, so she probably made it. But still, we got to get her the ball early. AZ Fudd, I don't know if anyone else is happy that you graced us with your presence on the floor, but I am. I want you to notice how you see the 2 USC defenders looking at AZ Fudd, which leaves a wide open Paige, who they've been focusing on all night. Wide open for 3, and Paige knocks it because she's a bucket. AJ, I left this one in here for you. Look at how much pressure is being applied to this ball on the baseline. So much so that USC gets the deflection and they get the ball back. When you're checking the inbounds, I need you to move and try to make it hard for him to get it in. 51.8 seconds. USC up 14 points, and Paige somehow misses Jana on this pick and roll. But not only does Paige miss it, so does KK. She is literally jumping under the basket, guys. When you're dribbling, get your head up always. If you're in a pick and roll situation, look for your roller before you just take off. Second half, and the coaches at USC talk to Juju about her defense because she comes out and gets a steal. Gets a block to a steal between the legs, finish on 3. What? Juju is incredible on offense. Again, she gets caught down here on this screen. She's 6'2". She's agile. She gets the block. She comes down between the legs in motion. Game speed. Spin back through. Finishes on 3 with contact and no call. All right, so here's a great possession of USC in help side, rotating, helping the helper, weak side help, all of those things, switching everything until this Raya Marshall turnover. So forget the turnover for a second, just for a second. Now, I want you to notice, I told you USC was switching all of the screens all night, bigs, littles, it didn't matter. So they switch. I want you to notice how Kennedy Smith comes over to help and then still closes out to hers. Now, I need Kennedy not to open up and give her man the lane, but they passed it off. USC gets a good contest. Raya Marshall, shoot, Juju got a block. Raya Marshall to the ball to get it back to Juju. Why not just get that to Kiki and let Kiki get it up to Juju? Next possession, here comes this incredible freshman getting the entry pass. Look at this one hand, like on point. And then here comes Kennedy Smith. Get that out of here. Mama, here go this freshman again. Now, as a kid that played guard, right, that coach guards, I'm not passing this ball to no post, side posting like this. But it's Sarah Strong, so I'm going to make an exception. Sarah Strong is still sealing. Look at where she catches it, how deep and restricted she is. And then she just flicks it up over her shoulder. She goes to the free throw line. I agree with the internet. I don't know why KK Arnold didn't get the minutes that she deserved, but here she goes. Every time KK came in, she changed the tempo, which changed the lead. Twofold lesson, offensive player. If you can read the numbers, give her the ball. I like how KK Arnold sent this ball back to the corner and said to pass it inside. I also like how Raya Marshall decided to half front. Raya Marshall, the only adjustment, I want that right foot, that left foot more in front of Sarah. But other than that, that armbar was just enough to hold that pass off. I am a half front post coach. Well, guys, here goes backdoor again. There is no Paige, but who gets the bucket? KK Arnold. I don't understand. That's just weak side help. Stop on the midline. Put everything in front of you. If I stop on the midline, which scouting report says that this is their main motion offense, you should know not to be chasing the ball. Kiki Arifin came alive in the second half. I want you to notice how she grabs this ball, right? She seals. Look at the jab. One dribble left. Up to the basket. Now, when she goes up, she doesn't open her chest up. Her chest is to the baseline. Her shoulders are square to the backboard. The reason that your post player should be shoulder square is so that the defender can't come through you. If she touches you, it's a foul, but she's definitely not getting her hands on that ball. Now, Juju, I said it, offensively, Juju is just incredible. Behind, 1, 2, 3, 4 dribbles between. Downhill to a foul. Juju's tough. All right. Look at Juju getting a stop on a drive. Juju, you can do it if you choose to. Defense is a choice. To everybody listening, defense is a choice. Just like help side defense is a choice. If Kiki goes down to help, Rob Marshall, you should already be there, which lets Kiki know to go to the top. Great shot, Caitlin Chen, 3 points. This is a game, guys. Again, defense is a choice. So the same way that Juju, the last possession, just chose to stop Paige from driving, she can also choose that when she gets caught up on Sarah Strong to actually try to defend. As a smaller guard, I used to get stops on post all the time. It's a choice. You can see Juju not even trying. Like, how did I end up here? I'm not doing this. Psh, I'm telling you, it looks like warm-ups. It looks like they're just going through dribbling drills. Paige, full speed, game speed, behind the back, around the defender. I need you to notice how she covers that ball. She's hugging the ball up into her layup. You can't let somebody grab it from you. You can't let that hand and foot stop you from getting to the bucket. This is a big-time shot. This is just great job from Paige not being selfish. And again, that weak side help. When the ball is away from you, you should be moving on defense. USC doesn't move. Caitlin Chen makes them pay. Creators shall create, and players will get to their spots. Is this not the same spot from the other end of the floor that is Paige's spot? She uses that screen perfectly. She gets to her spot. 2 dribbles, pull up, like clockwork. Juju, you got to use the screens. Guys, if you don't use the screens, you get nothing, and that's what happened in this possession. The next possession, look at Juju. She gets to her spot, but she shoots this with the and one with someone literally hanging on her, and she gets the bucket. Juju's tough. Now, I would have thought that UConn would have learned last year in March Madness not to move on their screens, but obviously they did not. Look at Paige sticking that hip out there, and then she complains about it. She's looking and shaking her head like she don't understand you can't move on the screen. Hey guys, I want you to run back door. It's worked for us all night. That's my Gino voice. Look, they ran it all night. Coaches and players. If something is working or you believe it's going to work, you see the openings and you see the gaps, just keep running it. It's going to give you success at some point. For them, it worked all night. All right, let's see how Ryan Marshall ended up wide open under the basket with a minute and a half left in this game. When it's a tie game. So I understand Juju's coming off. She's going to her spots. Look at how low Juju is. Again, you got to have the leverage. But she draws 2, which she should. But this next UConn defender should be taking Ryan Marshall right away. And the next one should be in front of the other guard. Instead, you get nothing but Ryan Marshall ready for this moment, handling it with ease. Let's go, Juju. Good job, Paige. Look at how Paige stops this ball. When coaches are yelling, stop the ball, that's what we mean. At the 3-point line, don't let them get in the paint. But then the next possession, they let Juju get in the paint. Downhill, Juju is, look at how low she is. Shoulder to hip, shoulder to hip, shoulder to hip, shoulder to hip. Last possession of this game, right? Yeah, I don't understand. These are the things that Juju has to mature in. She's contesting this, which leads to a foul. I don't understand. Sarah Strong is 1 for 6 at this point in the game. Why are you contesting so hard, and why are you fouling her? Guys, always check out the box scores. In the first 2 quarters, USC won those quarters. In the last 2 quarters of the game, UConn won those quarters. From there, go check out the rebounds, check out the turnovers, check off the points off the bench, check out the stat sheet. Start being more students of the game. Look at every aspect. This is just a 15-minute breakdown. It's a 40-minute game. I'm certain if you go back through with a fine-tuned comb, you'll find even more things that I didn't highlight. If you're enjoying film study, head over to IBelieveBasketballAcademy.com. We are having our holiday sale. This holiday, give the gift of basketball IQ. We do on-court. We do athlete life coaching. We do film study. We do it all. Again, IBelieveBasketballAcademy.com. The sale ends on December 31st. And guys, if you like this video, please like, share, subscribe, do all of the things. Leave comments. Please be nice in the comments. Let's talk to each other. Let's build a community. Let me know what games y'all want me to cover this week. I really appreciate all of my subscribers, all of my fans. I'll holler at y'all next week. Peace.